So I want to talk about something that holds a lot of women back, especially thoughtful women who don't feel naturally loud or performative, and especially women over 40 who have lived some life already and are no longer interested in hustling just to be taken seriously. So if you've ever wondered whether you're actually cut out for leadership, this conversation is for you. So for a long time, I believed that leaders were just different. Like you were either born a leader or you weren't. Leaders were confident, charismatic, loud, the kind of people who could walk into a room and take it over. And if that didn't feel like you, it was easy to assume leadership just wasn't your lane. Especially when you look online and you see what leadership is rewarded for most often. Being visible everywhere, posting constantly, speaking with certainty even when things aren't clear yet. And it creates this underlying message that if you're not doing it that way, you must not be cut out for leadership. And this actually reminded me of something Susan Cain talks about in her book, Quiet, and how we've built a culture that rewards loudness, even when it has nothing to do with real leadership. And I think this hits women especially hard because for most of our lives, leadership has been modeled in a very masculine way. We didn't grow up seeing a lot of examples of calm, thoughtful, quiet leadership being celebrated. And so many women internalize the idea that leadership is for men, or at the very least for women who are willing to be louder, tougher, more aggressive than feels natural. And when that's the model you've been given, it makes sense you'd question yourself. It makes sense that you'd wonder, do I have what it takes? Am I cut out for this? Why does this feel harder for me? And here's the truth I had to unlearn. Leadership is not something that you're born with. It's not a personality trait. It's not reserved for the loudest person in the room. And it's not something that you earn after having success. Leadership is a choice. It's a decision to trust yourself, to direct yourself, to take responsibility for where you're going, even when you're still figuring it out. Leadership starts internally long before anyone else sees it. So to me, leadership looks like this. Being able to direct yourself, doing what you say you're going to do, being honest with yourself about what's working and what isn't, making decisions that fit your values, not the internet expectations. It's not about having all the answers, it's about being grounded enough to keep moving without constant validation. That's leadership. And it turns out quiet women are often very good at this. Quiet leadership doesn't chase attention. It doesn't rely on urgency. Doesn't need to be everywhere at once. Quiet leadership actually looks like consistency instead of performance, awareness instead of reaction, long-term thinking instead of the quick wins, and self-trust instead of comparison. It's steady, it's grounded, and it's incredibly powerful. So even if it doesn't get the loudest applause online, the reason so many leaders doubt themselves isn't because they aren't capable. It's because the system rewards noise. Algorithms reward volume. Hustle culture rewards urgency. And social media rewards visibility over depth. So if you lead quietly, it can feel like you're invisible, like you're doing something wrong, like you should be louder to matter. But depth doesn't disappear just because it's not flashy, and influence doesn't always look loud. So here's the invitation I want to leave you with. What if leadership actually fits you more than you think? What if you don't need to become louder, just clearer? And what if the way you naturally think, decide, move isn't a limitation, but the foundation of your leadership? So I want you to hear this. You don't need permission to lead. You don't need to prove anything, and you don't need to become someone else. Quiet leadership is still leadership. You're not behind, you're not wrong, you are building differently. If this resonated with you, I share this kind of calm, grounded perspective twice a week here on YouTube, and especially for women who want to build a business that fits who they are now. You can subscribe so these conversations find you when you need them, and I will see you in the next video.